My name is Trey Jackson, and I'm here to talk to you about nootropics. What are nootropics? Well, they've been called cognitive enhancers, brain boosters, smart drugs, and they're really all about increasing our mental capacity, our intelligence, the ability, the speed at which our brain cells work, which can boost our brain power, improve our memory, and just give us all kinds of benefits. We've been interested in this for a while. You can see it in TV ads, in some department stores, even in some movies. Nootropics are really changing the game. Actually, the brain supplement industry, there was an evaluation recently that said by the year 2024, the brain supplement industry will reach a whopping 5,959 million United States dollars. If that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will. But let's talk a little more about nootropics and how they work, what they're all about. Let's take it back to the beginning. There was a Romanian chemist named Dr. Corneliu. He created something, the first magic drug smart pill. He called it a piracetam. And this piracetam was designed to improve brain functionality, memory, concentration, much of what nootropics do today. But this is the first time that it was done successfully. His experiment actually worked. So this is the beginning of a whole new era, which is carried into today, where we have all these brands producing different products based on that idea. The whole idea of improving the brain, making the brain smarter, efficiency, functionality, it's centuries old. Today we have entrepreneurs, athletes, professors, artists, teachers, people in virtually every industry using this brain supplement. Actually, a survey suggests that 11% of entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley use brain boosters, nootropics. So what does that say about our society, where we're going? The brain is one of the most complex things in the entire world. So I'm not going to give you a whole analysis on the brain. I'm going to give you just enough, keeping it as simple as I can. Because to understand nootropics, you need to understand something about the brain. So let's start with brain energy. The brain contains a high amount of neurons, and these neurons are constantly needed to stay in a state of regeneration, regenerate themselves. In order to regenerate themselves, they need energy. So when your energy decreases, the neurons decrease, your performance decreases. The second way nootropics help the brain is by brain repairing. Our brains are always in a state of repairing themselves, of reproduction. It's a normal, natural process. We take damage to the brain, it happens. How? Stress, anxiety, depression. They're all things that we deal with in some form at some time in our lives. Nootropics actually help by playing a strong role in the neural cell regeneration. By one, boosting the NGF, or neural growth rate. By two, increasing the growth rate of something called choline. The third way nootropics help is brain blood supply. The brain uses about 15% of the blood supply by the heart. The blood carries oxygen, glucose, and other vital nutrients that we need through the arteries. And the veins take the waste materials like the lactic acid and the carbon dioxide. This is a natural phenomenon called cerebral circulation, and it declines its functionality with age. Nootropics increase the blood flow in the following ways. Number one, making blood cells less viscous. Number two, activating nitric oxide and relaxing the blood vessels. Three, hindering homocysteine and damage to blood vessels. The fourth way nootropics help the brain is through brain signaling. Now, the brain is full of neurons. This is nothing new. The neurons send chemical messages through neurotransmitters. There's approximately 86 billion neurons in the brain. They tend to interact with each other. And the better they can send and receive and communicate these messages, the more efficient, the more high functioning your brain is. The worse the connection is, the worse the signaling and receiving, that is an indication of poor mental health, the worse off your brain is. Now, brain boosters help increase the functionality of these neurotransmitters in the whole process. How specifically do nootropics actually help brain signaling? Nootropics increase the functionality of serotonin, a chemical in the brain responsible for well-being and happiness. They increase the overall functionality of neurotransmitters, which leads to a higher brain performance. Let's take a look at some of the pros versus the cons when it comes to using nootropics. Improve energy, improve concentration, improve memory, good sleep, lifted mood, improve learning. Cons? None. If used correctly. Another benefit is stress. We all deal with stress at some point of our lives, somehow. It's just part of living. It's been shown that people that deal with long-term stress anxiety actually have increased mood swings, fights, and experience burnout. Nootropics reduce the effects of stress in your brain in two ways. One, restoring the brain chemicals that get drained when we are stressed. And two, enhancing the stress resistance material. Another benefit is improved memory. That is huge. In today's world, we rely so heavily on our phones and devices to tell us when we're supposed to do something, why, how. There's some things that we have to take into account and remember for ourselves. Rely on our own memories. Studies suggest that 1 in 9 people in the United States over the age of 45 have a memory problem. Nootropics can assist us in improving our memory short-term, long-term, and free recall. There's a number of products that do specifically just that. One thing everybody loves and everybody needs is good sleep. There's nothing like it. It lowers your blood pressure. It relaxes, calms, heals, helps your cognitive function of your mind overall. Just remember the last time you didn't have enough sleep and how you felt, what it was like for you. Without proper sleep, your mind cannot function. If your mind cannot function, your brain is not functioning correctly. Nootropics helps you calm down your mind and enhances your overall sleep quality. It even helps you in the dream state, which leads to a more energized brain. It sounds crazy, but this is the power of nootropics, and it's been proven. From the time we're born to today, we're always learning, trying to acquire a new skill, understand something, just learn, taking new information. Whether we're in a job, relationship, class, skill, project, learning is such a valuable thing because it can advance you as a person, whatever you're doing. And there's so many different techniques on how to learn something fast, learn something quick, but there's nothing like smart drugs. There's nothing quite like taking a brain supplement that can help you advance in that arena, in that thing that you're committed to learning. How is this done? Cognitive enhancers increase mental energy. Brain boosters help you focus and pay attention to a particular task, ignoring the distortions. Nootropics help you with memory storage and memory recall function. Would you consider yourself a high achiever? It doesn't so much matter. Whatever your goal is, whatever you're out to do, would you like to do that thing and be motivated, be inspired to complete, to do, to act, to create? Well, nootropics improves motivation. That's right. It sounds wild, but this is what we live. This is the time we live in, where some people watch videos, which we didn't always have. Some people call people for inspiration, for motivation. Some people read books, or they visualize in their mind. And some people use these smart drugs. So what's it gonna be? How are you going to find motivation? There's some things we just can't avoid in life. Over time, no matter how much we work hard, no matter how smart we become, no matter what we accomplish, the aging process, the effect of aging will catch up to us. And as we age, what we call the reduced aging effect, which is as we get older, our mental processes slow down, our capacity, our intelligence. What can we do? Well, nootropics actually can offset that process, dramatically, significantly slow down that process, keeping you at a high mental level for longer. I'm a little late taking my nootropics for today. I want to leave you with one final thing: side effects. The definition of nootropics says that you shouldn't have any adverse negative functionality of the brain, no like negative experience. However, there are things to look out for. Number one, if you overdose, take too much than is recommended. Too much of any good thing turns to a bad thing. So you want to make sure you take the right amount when you're taking the brain supplements. Number two, you want to make sure that you're taking the best ones that are healthy, that have a good proven results, and have a good reputation. We have one body, we have one brain, so let's take care of it. Let's use common sense. Some side effects of not following those two instructions may result in insomnia, headache, digestive issues, and brain fog. Hey guys, I hope I've been able to help you understand what nootropics are, how they work, and how you can use them. So be well, be safe. I'll see you next time.